This is what minimalism looks like on Instagram. Clean lines, perfectly curated objects, not a thing out of place. But here's what they don't show you. The overflowing closet behind the camera. The storage unit filled with someday items. The anxiety that comes with maintaining this perfect facade. If you've ever felt like a fake minimalist, you're not alone. Meet Sarah. She spends her nights staying up until 6 a.m., frantically purging and organizing and trashing and sorting. She's been doing this every night for days now, but her progress still doesn't feel tangible. Sound familiar? This is the story that someone shared on Reddit, and it resonated with thousands of people who felt exactly the same way. I constantly feel inadequate, they wrote, even though I've trashed, donated, or recycled thousands of personal items just in the past few months. But here's the thing, when they looked around their room, they didn't see the progress they'd made, they just saw all the stuff they still had left over. This feeling of inadequacy is overwhelming. It's what happens when minimalism becomes a performance instead of a practice. When we start comparing ourselves to extreme minimalists online, we lose sight of why we started this journey in the first place. But here's what the Reddit community taught us, and it's something that changed everything. One person said it perfectly, "Dude, there is no golden standard minimalism. There is no benchmark. Minimalism is a tool to make yourself and your life a bit happier. Don't use it to torment yourself." Think about that for a moment. We've turned a tool for happiness into a source of stress. We've created impostor syndrome around something that was supposed to free us. It's like not feeling like an adequate runner because ultramarathoners exist. Another person shared, "I feel like minimalism has turned into a number goal and it stresses people out. I look at it as a journey to not let materialistic items take a hold on you." They'd been downvoted for having too many clothes even though they lived in a four-season area, worked in an office, played sports, and hiked. They needed clothes for all of that. Here's what real minimalism looks like. It's not about owning nothing. It's not about owning as little as possible. It's about using the principles of minimalism to organize your life in a way that makes you feel free and happy. One Reddit user put it beautifully. "Your life is for you, and this is about what is optimal functionally, not an arbitrary ideal." The goal isn't to impress anyone with how little you own. The goal is to create space for what matters to you. Some people in that thread called themselves aspiring minimalists instead of minimalists, and there's wisdom in that. It removes the pressure of having arrived somewhere and acknowledges that this is an ongoing journey. Someone shared that they like taking objects to the very end of their life. They won't replace something until it's truly worn out. They keep some things because they're waiting to find the right person to gift them to, someone who would truly appreciate and use that object. This isn't failure, this is thoughtful stewardship. Another person pointed out something crucial. It is very possible to get toxically obsessed with getting rid of stuff, almost like sliding from dieting into an eating disorder. They noticed that some YouTubers and bloggers had taken minimalism to a disordered place, possibly due to anxiety or OCD. Remember, this is about bringing yourself joy, not driving yourself crazy. Here's the truth about fake minimalism. It's not about having fewer things than someone else. It's about performing minimalism instead of living it. It's about seeking validation through emptiness instead of finding peace through intention. Real minimalism is deeply personal. For one person in that thread, it wasn't about stuff at all. As a disabled woman, she said, "Minimalism to me is a deeper belief that is about how I live my life overall. I do not feel guilty about things I own or enjoy having. Minimalism for me is about being a conscientious consumer and not putting so much value on things." The fake minimalism asks, "Am I minimalist enough?" The real minimalist asks, "Does this serve my life?" The fake minimalist counts possessions. The real minimalist considers purpose. The fake minimalist seeks perfection. The real minimalist seeks function. One of the most powerful insights from that thread came from someone who realized their comparison problem disappeared when they quit social media. They stopped seeing all those real minimalists online, and suddenly the comparison game became less impactful on their self-worth. "I've never felt more like myself and more like my life is enough than I do right now," they said. Here's what we learned from that conversation. Comparison is the core of unhappiness. As long as your minimalism works for you, that's all that matters. Don't let the journey stress you out. It's different and personal for everyone. And because yours looks different doesn't mean it's wrong. So if you've been staying up until 6 a.m. purging your belongings, if you've been feeling like a fake minimalist, if you've been comparing yourself to extreme minimalists online, stop. Take a breath. Remember why you started this journey. Was it to impress strangers on the internet? Or was it to create a life that feels lighter, more intentional, more authentically yours? Your minimalism doesn't need to look like anyone else's. It just needs to work for you. And if someone tries to tell you you're doing it wrong because you have too many books, or too many clothes, or too many things that bring you joy, remember what that Reddit user said. Mine is twice a life. Because at the end of the day, the most minimalist thing you can do is stop caring about labels and start living your life on your own terms. If this video helped you realize you're not a fake minimalist, you're just human, hit that like button. And if you know someone who's been staying up all night decluttering and still feeling inadequate, share this with them. They need to hear that their minimalism doesn't have to look like anyone else's. Subscribe for more honest conversations about living intentionally without the Instagram perfection. And remember, you're already enough, exactly as you are.